All right. Right now we have contact with Tony Spillman, guitarist for Chicago-based doom metal band Spillage. Hello, Tony. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, guys. How are you guys? Doing well?
We're doing very well, man. It's a pleasure to talk to you again here at AFM in the Netherlands. So that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it is for me. As we spoke up previously before we got started of the good pleasantries, I'm always happy to talk with you guys. I'm really happy that the Spillage records do well over there, and I really think that all of your fans that like the last previous Spillage stuff is really going to enjoy this fourth record.
Yes, the fourth record, Phase 4. This is what we're going to talk about. But first, Tony, Electric Exorcist. Is that record what you like to be, or how was that for the fans? Did you get a lot of good response for that record?
Well, I would say that's a good question,
Yeah,
Kevin. Let's go a little bit before that. Let's
yeah,
start back with Blood of Angels. As you well know, Blood of Angels did real well over there,
yes,
and it really kind of helped us put, and in Germany, really put us, with a good listening base over there. And so we were real excited about the material that we were working on for the Electric Exorcist.
yes,
We really felt, when we were putting it together and recording it, that we were continuing to evolve in our songwriting, skills, as well as always trying to incorporate like new sounds or a little bit something different. Wanted to do the same. We wanted to be Spillage, good heavy riff rock band,
yes,
but we want to continue to incorporate, just melodies and music, things like that. And so we really felt that the material on Electric Exorcist was a step up of Blood of Angels. However, it wasn't received as well
oh,
for whatever reason. Some people have said, right in the middle of the pandemic, and Kevin, we did hold it even for a year, trying to see what was going to happen in the world.
yes,
But we felt, we were already starting to work on new material, and we just felt that we just had to get it out.
yes,
So maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. I know that not just here in the States, in the USA, but I know that, that other places, things are changing a lot, as far as like music and, stuff like that. It's just, it's an interesting time. So it seems for us that it's a lot stronger still over there for us
yes,
than,
yeah, yeah,
but we did get some good reviews on the Electric Exorcist.
yeah,
We got some other reviews that maybe thought that like the epics, like Electric Exorcist. We always try to open with a intro that's
yeah,
going to try to, and it's kind of our fun way of trying to do things.
yeah, yeah. That's
And
nice.
then one of the songs that I thought was just an amazing piece that was put together was "Book of Secrets."
Oh
First
yeah,
side of the record,
yeah,
middle of the CD. We really put that together, and it almost kind of went that we felt a little bit unnoticed. And it was just strange because we really felt that was maybe one of our, like our big song,
yeah.
that,
The Spillage epic.
but it just didn't come out. But it didn't deter us because I still really stand by that material.
hmm
I think it's still one of the better songs that we've ever written. Again, a Nick Bozadarvich tune, but also I think you'll see, Kevin, that there was a little bit of a difference as far as the implementation of the keyboards in
Yes.
Electric Exorcist. It was a little bit more predominant than it was in Blood of Angels.
hmm
And then now, as in Phase 4, you can see that's even progressed a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a big difference. When did you guys start writing and recording for Phase 4, and where did you get the inspiration for the new album?
Well, that's a funny thing because, Nick and Elvin, and then, they're always putting songs together. They have a full catalog. If I'd let them, they have a couple of other records written. So, but Nick writes half of the songs, and we'll put them together, and I write the other half. And so, but when I say write, of course, all of the guys in Spillage, we've been friends and musicians and together. Even though this is our 10-year anniversary, we've known each other for 40 years.
Yeah.
And
friends for life.
Music. And so we'll pull in. Nick and I will bring a song into the fold, and we'll start crafting it and talking about verses and things like that. And then we'll build the shell of the riff around the riff, a key change if that's where that's going to be, soloing type of stuff. And then we start to do like what we'll do with Spillage. We start adding harmonies, off time beats, to try to add the ambiance, bring the color into the music, So when the song comes into the studio, that's not how it goes out. So.
And is lyric wise, what's Phase 4 all about? What's the theme of the album, or has it a theme?
Yeah, well, there has been a review out that said that it started as a theme of like a mad scientist theme, and again, as you see on our record covers as they've progressed, it all is kind of Billy, our artist and bass player. He is an amazing airbrush painter artist, and he has done those. And then Nick, those two, the other guitar player, they're really into like scary movies, old scary movies, and comic books, like the artwork on the comic books. But we come from the 70s, I mean, that's real. And so that's been, and even some people have laughed at our said, oh, it looks retro or whatever. Yes. And but that's who we are. That's and we're not trying to excuse that. That's who we are. And so that's kind of it started out. Phase 4 is like the mad scientist now, and trying to get to the best, or the robot or AI, or it's kind of like world prevalent. Okay. Now Elvin writes all of these lyrics, and we we'll give him an idea. Hey, let's work on something of this sort, and but for 99% of it, it's all just Elvin, and he's just an amazing lyricist. But the theme is for Phase 4 is kind of in the most part, it's kind of like almost where we're at in the world, in some of it, even though there's some rock and roll and some upbeat, fun songs, some of the issues can be kind of dark. So I wouldn't say there's a main theme, but if there would be, I would say it's prevalent in today's world.
Today's world, yeah. And today's world is pretty dark, and it sucks.
Lots of things are happening in this world.
Yeah. Did you also work again with Bruce Franklin from Trouble?
Well, yes. Bruce has been involved in Spillage from its conception, in 10 years ago. Actually, I think I may have spoke with you about this before. Spillage was a project in the beginning, and Bruce was the lead guitar player. Plus, he produced this first record.
Yeah.
The first record, I wrote all of the music and lyrics, except for the Cliff Richards cover. So, but Bruce played lead guitar on that. He sang. He helped me write pieces on there.
Build everything up. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when Spillage, we moved forward, and then we went to Blood of Angels. Bruce was still he played on it, sang some on there, and also continued to produce it.
Yeah.
Same thing with Electric Exorcist. Function in the same capacity. Now on this record here, I took a little bit more of control as far as the producing of it. And this was nothing, obviously, to the slight of Lothar Keller, who's got like perfect pitch. He's just fabulous. And then you've got Bruce Franklin, who has been one of my best friends for 40 plus years, you know. So you have two of these amazing musicians that have done this work for a long time with no hidden agenda. I thought it was great to have those two cats to mix and master, not master because that was done at Massive Mastering, but mix it and put it together and produce it, and I liked it all. But as you know, as kind of like a writer artist, there was always something on one record here that I didn't care for, or something there. And it wasn't bad. It was just, so anytime I would listen to it, I'd like, oh, if I would have done this.
Yeah.
So saying that, on this one, and I talked with Bruce, and and because we are still, of course, very good friends, and I said, I wanted to take a little bit more control of that. We also moved studios. We recorded Blood of Angels and Electric Exorcist at Qumran Studios with Lothar as the engineer, and then he also mixed.
Yeah.
So on this one, we moved to the studio where I did the first record at Alpha Sound Services. Got to make sure I get it right. Over here, there's a lot of alphas. So, and with Doug Agee, and so we kind of went back to a real big room drum sound, with that. And so I really like that, and so we kind of I wouldn't say recorded it as like an old style recording, because of course, as you well know, I really want to do riff rock, but it was more of a live drum room, so I think that comes across a bit.
Awesome.
And then the other thing is that I wanted the keyboards to be a more predominant within the writing construct of the songs, and that way I was able to raise the volume level in it within the mix. So, and that's what we got, and so I really hope that you like the mix. Now,
nice. And I think with the new mix, with the keyboards more dominant, you get a little bit of a 70s Uriah Heep vibe, and that's a big compliment.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, and now, but I have to be completely fair about the whole thing because of my friendship with Bruce, is that I always had him, helping me in the back. So I would go to the studio and we would mix and work, and and, and Doug Agee and I would argue because he would say, I think this, and because we would mix it together, and then then Bruce would come in on Friday, and then he kind of was like the guy overseeing everything a little bit, and he would listen to what we'd have, and he'd just ask questions. He'd say, are you sure you'd like this? What are you hearing here? What do you think about this? And there were things that were adjusted because he's Bruce Franklin, just fabulous. There were things, that may be conflicting, with 3 treble clef instruments, even though you're playing 3-part harmonies, sometimes the notes, even though they're in harmony, they have a confliction with one of the other notes, or a vocal line that's going over the top of it. And so those are things, that's a guy like Bruce would find out.
That's good.
So I had him there as to be able to do the real heavy duty things, and then he was able to, but for the most part, he really kept encouraging me and just saying, hey, this is your record, go with what you're hearing, go. And that's really what how I approached it. And so I had him safety, but I did take more of a role in that.
Dit is Rock of Ages.